workbench, Morty.
Are you invisible and you're gonna, like, fart on me?
Flip the pickle over. I turned myself into a pickle, Morty! I'm Pickle Rick!
Bonkers.
Rick?
Sorry. I can wait for this to wrap up. Don't let me distract you.
So you guys relieved for the season to get out and start?
Yeah, excited. Yeah. Super excited. Yeah, we're in that interesting spot where we're about to premiere, but we're still posting. So it's like the amount of time that we have to lock episodes is gonna get shorter and shorter and shorter as we get to the last 4. But yeah, it's really exciting that it's finally gonna be out in the world, and I think it's a pretty dang good season. I'm really excited about it.
I'm really surprised at the whole Szechuan thing. That seemed to take a life of its own. Even here, there are probably lots of non-licensed T-shirts.
Yeah, we did not. I mean, that was a joke that we could have never anticipated would be a. I mean, I certainly didn't think it would be like a thing, you know what I mean? Like, I just thought it would be, I don't know, I thought there's so many other things in that episode that I would assume would have been like a thing, more than the Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, me too.
Is this something you legitimately have been craving for the last 20 years?
Yeah. I had heard that they had a limited batch of it at the Winter Olympics in Canada back in 2000. I don't know when this was, 2008 maybe. You could look it up. Whenever the Winter Olympics in Canada was, and I called every McDonald's in LA. They didn't know what I was talking about. I went online to see if maybe people were posting it on eBay. No, I tried to maybe I might have even gone so far as to try to connect with people in Canada to see if they could get me some and mail it to me, and that failed. I didn't have the reach that I do now. I didn't know anyone. I was a hermit, and I still am kind of agoraphobic, social anxiety, the whole bag. But
what do you got?
But that was one example of me thinking about that sauce, doing whatever I could to try to taste it again. And then these guys have been hearing me talk about it for years, and then yeah, it just that kind of stuff finds its way into the show sometimes, where it's like, okay, this is a real thing, and it's almost like kind of making fun of me, sort of, right? Like a little bit of that, like no.
But you are getting a bottle. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, they're sending me a jug of it, and I'm going, and like we just talked about, I'm going to try it. I'm gonna make sure that John is filming. I think we should get together and like actually, I would love to. I want to see your reaction. Right. You're disappointed, like this, and maybe I'll be like, oh my god, John, run out and get me 50 more McNuggets. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I think it's adorable because Rick is such a brilliant asshole who knows everything and is one step ahead and better than everybody and all that, and to see him genuinely passionate about the mundane things he's passionate about, that's what makes those moments work, right?
Yeah, we got like your typical like sort of like logical question of like, well, if Rick can create a cognition amplifier in the span of 2 seconds for a dog, then turns him sentient or whatever, hyper intelligent, and if he can make a portal gun and blah blah blah, why couldn't he just make the Szechuan sauce that he wants to do? And the answer to that is you can't fucking make that sauce.
It's
impossible.
There was the last season,
and also it needs to come in a little cup, and
Here's a little trivia. Remember this?
Exactly.
Last season, the episode that was the microverse one where they go into the different worlds. That originally was conceived as Rick had this whole civilization he had in his lab that he developed, and planets and galaxies and civilizations, and he would liquefy it down into the Szechuan sauce, because there's the only way you can make the Szechuan sauce is by having a civilization.
Is that
created.
really true?
Yes,
we were going to do that?
Yes,
I don't remember that.
Idea.
That's insane.
So the Szechuan sauce kind of got separated out from that idea, found its way into 301.
Do you remember that?
I remember that
it was going to be Szechuan sauce?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Not Szechuan sauce, but
yeah,
some kind of delicious dipping
chocolate.
sauce. Okay. So way to go, Ridley.
And I think he's misremembering, but
All right.
hey.
Well, hey.
Remembering.
Memories are faulty. Yeah. Morty only if. So, I tend to I run into a problem where I can lose the sort of Morty voice. Like there's a sort of if my voice is hoarse or if I've been out drinking, which I don't do a lot. At loud bars, which I actually avoid now. I'll ask my friends like, hey, come out tonight. I'll be okay. 2 questions: am I gonna have to scream in your ear to communicate with you? If that's a no, then second question: is it far away from my house? But yeah, like the Morty voice is rough. If I do a ton of Rick screaming, like that'll eat into the Morty voice. Yeah, I mean, like even today, it's kind of been a little rusty. I feel like. Like, oh, geez, oh, man, the Morty voice is a little rusty today. Maybe it's all right. I don't know. I think it was this morning really bad. Maybe enough. I've been awake long enough that it's kind of. But Rick's easy. I can do Rick anytime because it's just like, gruff, whatever. My voice could be shredded and I could still do Rick. Oh, yeah, I mean, totally like Doc Brown and Marty McFly. Like, just a really shitty, you know. Oh yeah, the original, like.
Not from a legal standpoint.
Yeah.
In a parallel universe, are you guys at Comic-Con right now, and what are you doing?
Yeah, I think we are, and I'm probably on the floor in line for whatever Lego exclusive they've got this year, and my car is filled with other stuff I don't need.
Definitely all of my alternate selves braid through this bead because whether it's through the costume I have to design or the show I get to run or anything, this is the place where I get something I desperately need. I love coming here. I've been coming here since the days when I was selling comic books and hoping that people would just buy them and then watched over the ages Comic-Con go from being a place where fat nerds could sit on the floor and look at what they bought to the time now when Bruce Willis's publicist will cattle prod you for sitting on the floor, and I'm the Bruce Willis, but if I may say so myself. But throughout all of that, this is like my Christmas. Like I don't really care that much about Christmas. Like I like coming to the place where publicists walk me around and drive me in SUVs from hotel to hotel and have a bunch of people ask me, so what's it like to write brilliantly? And that doesn't happen at Cannes or anywhere else because I'm a very specific, very targeted creator.
Yeah.
Sliders, Farscape, all the classics. Yeah, it's funny. I just started watching it. I forgot all about it, and I started watching it about 3 months ago, and I was like, "Holy shit!" You got to watch the pilot episode, dude, because it's.
I tried to watch Farscape.
No. Sliders.
Oh, Sliders.
Yeah, watch the pilot episode because it's literally.
Here's the thing I want to say to America.
Yeah.
If your pitch for me watching your favorite show is the first 2 seasons aren't that good, you gotta give it a chance.
All right.
I can't.
I said the first.
Shit to do.
I said you gotta muscle through the first 5 episodes.
The first 2 seasons?
No, the first 5 episodes.
Of a regular person's TV show would be the amount of time that person would need to learn how to run a TV
You know what? You're lost because Farscape is incredible. And if you just it's like The Wire. I tried to watch The Wire, and the same thing. I was like, I can't.
No, you gotta skip the Stevedore season.
See, you hypocrite.
Everybody knows that.
You hypocrite. No, but Sliders. Watch the first one. I'm telling you, it's trippy. Like they do the whole thing that we did in the first episode. 301. It's insane.
You're talking about a list. Atlanta is at the top.
Oh yeah. No, I know. Me too. Yeah, Atlanta.
To watch Atlanta.
There's so many freaking shows on my backlog.
Then I gotta watch Glow. Then I gotta watch Love.
Mr. Robot.
I gotta watch.
I haven't seen that yet.
Some seasons of Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
I mean, what's an old fat piece of shit?
American Horror Story. Haven't seen that one yet. Colony.
Starring Josh Holloway.
The Dome.
You guys familiar? Underrated show.
Don't even know what that is, but
Years
yes.
of intervention. I just like.
Oh god, that show's too fucking brutal for me to watch.
Yeah. Watch Colony.
Don't let you guys drop. Well, you guys work with other artists. Was that you guys?
Oh, you mean that crazy like Exquisite Corpse? So that's another example of Adult Swim just doing crazy awesome shit. Like we I was told like, hey, we need bookends, and I very hastily threw together these little bookends that I think I could have. The fucking punchline is horrible, and I hate myself for it because I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand what was happening. I was like, I don't know. Well, whatever. I'm beating myself up, but
Don't Dan Harmon it.
okay. Well, in any case,
Be joyful.
I didn't know what it was, and then it came back, and it was just like, yeah, it was all these incredible animators who all got a little chunk to just do whatever they wanted to do, and yeah, I mean, we were just blown away by it. I mean, absolutely blown away, and we truly didn't even know what it was until we saw it, and we were like,
Really
what?
intimidating sometimes. It's like when you're at a network and you have the luxury of blaming all your problems on. Oh, they don't understand the show. They don't promote it enough. They don't pick the right time slot. And then there is at Adult Swim with Rick and Morty. It's like a weird. Be careful what you wish for thing. It's like, well, how'd you like a dad who was like Pippi Longstocking, who says you get ice cream for breakfast, and also I know exactly what flavor you want. It actually, I find myself watching that stuff and go, oh man. I get scared. I go like, oh, how is our show supposed to live up to that?
Yeah, it's so good.
They are so good at like.
Yeah, it's the network is the fucking best. We're very lucky to be able to work with them.
Just gotta figure out how to screw it up.
We're working on it.
I will figure it out.
We're working on it.
I actually went to high school in English, so my students love your show.
Oh, that's
You're
awesome.
a journalist.
God damn it!
Thank you guys so much. Oh, we're gonna go.
We gotta go. Nice to meet you guys.
Being called to assemble by the Vindicators! I refuse to answer a literal call to adventure, Morty. Let it go to voicemail. DLT Rick's in the house!
I'd call that progress.
She's huge!
And normal.
Everything okay here?
Mind your own goddamn business, Gene!
And then also there's some bestiality for 1 second.
Yeah, for like 1
The
second.
fans wanted it, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta give them what they want.
Yeah,
For season 3.
Yeah, season 3.
Yeah.
And
Some pretty
some
rad guest stars.
incest.
Oh yeah, look at that. But
Little
that's some quick
incest.
bestiality.
We've kind of done that already, though, so it's not so bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
know.
they keep it classy, only in the classiest
Yeah,
way.
we gotta push the boundaries. Little Game of Thrones,
yes.
exactly.
Keep them secret like in a Woody Allen movie where they only do
Only your part? No.
No,
We get the full script. It's like a very exciting day when you like look in your email box and there's a Rick and Morty script.
Yeah, because sometimes you won't get it until an hour before you go in. So there's those days where you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you have to like go in and say a bunch of lines for an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever, and you don't know what's happening. That's happened. But it's all good.
But like when you obviously when you read it and you're like reading about like the Galactic Federation comes in, or there's like a testicle-headed monster or a cloud fart or a Mr. Meeseeks box, like you can't imagine in your mind whatever you visualize is going to be so different than the end product. So it's so exciting
Those
for
are
us
all-
to see the episodes.
Those are all very normal words that you just said.
Meeseeks.
Meeseeks,
Right.
poopy butthole, and so like it's one of the funnest parts of the show is like reading the script and seeing like, because the scripts are super detailed, all those scenes and what happens is super detailed, but then to see what the animators do to it, and I'm such a geek for animation, probably because I cannot draw at all, and the art in season 3 is insane. It's so good.
Still a horse surgeon?
I am. Although there is a moment, I think at 301.
It's so specific.
Just a horse. Really? Okay, we're no
Just
longer speaking.
only
Next
a horse
question.
surgeon.
Only a horse surgeon. The season 3 we've got some awesome guest
Heart
stars.
surgeon. Horse heart surgeon.
Horse heart surgeon.
Like who?
Yeah, I could have been
That alliteration. Let's just keep that.
It's a real.
It's a real
doctor,
thing.
okay?
Did you like research, like
I
actual?
had not on a horse. I
heart
actually only
surgeons?
could do it on a goat. That's all that was available. So
Oh,
my practice was
that's
on a goat.
right.
But I think it's a similar heart, apparently. So it was enough.
It's enough practice to
research
know.
for
The chambers are the same, similar. Because they're okay.
Cool. Just one chamber in a house. Just one giant chamber.
Just one giant.
We passed the Bechdel test, by the way.
We passed the what?
The Bechdel test by having this conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
the
we have,
test.
yes.
Yeah. Both of us.
Both of us.
Yeah. Flying colors.
Decided when Beth actually followed the message for you and then decided to
Oh yeah, it's super fun. I mean, it's always
I'm feeling it myself.
I'm feeling it. It's a fun season for Beth. I mean, she gets we get to dive in a little bit in one episode and see a little bit of insight into her childhood. We see a little more about her relationship with Rick, and. Another cool thing about season 3 is there's a lot of pairings that we haven't seen before, like characters and relationships that haven't gotten to be explored, get to meet.
I mean, I just always say, like, keep Summer safe. That's my favorite. I mean, and there was, I mean, like, I always obviously, like, love the things that I do because I'm an actress. So, I mean, I loved the DMX thing with, like, the Mr. Needful episode in season 1 where, like, we go and we beat up the devil, basically, who's Alfred Molina. Like, I just, like, love that. But I also really loved Chris Parnell's whole thing where he lives like the life he always dreamed of. I don't know, what was the name of that episode? Where it's the Meeseeks episode. I'm not even in that episode. And he like is like an apple. He's like selling. It's the best. It's like his performance of that episode is the fucking best.
It's amazing. I know his line reads are crazy. I wish he could be here.
I know.
He's like one of my favorite lines and line reads is when I'm yelling we're on Planet Swanch for the wedding, and I'm yelling at him saying, "Don't fuck this up for me. It's my one chance to be in this part of my dad's life." And I'm like, "Go stand over there, look at the wall, don't talk to anybody." He's like, "Well, maybe I just will." And it's just like so good how he says it. But one of my favorite lines of all time is, I'm not going to get it exactly quoted perfectly, but if life is completely meaningless, so come watch TV.
True. Very good.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen anybody dressed like you at Comic-Con yet?
I haven't seen any Summers yet, but I just got here at like 7 a.m. this morning from
she flew in
I was
work.
working on another show in New Mexico.
Yeah.
So I just got here, but I'm sure there'll be some Summer somewhere because people always tag me in their like summer improvs, on their Instagrams. Yeah, and I'm like, yes,
that's awesome.
Amazing. Or people will meet me and they'll tell me like, you kind of look like Summer. She's really hot. And I'm like, thank you.
Thank you. That is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
It's so nice.
Unlike me, who I got a tweet that was like, at Sarah Chalke's finally found the best medium for her looks, #animation. I was like, I don't think that's a compliment.
Let's go. Let's like troll her. Let's go troll her later. Okay, we'll go to that boat party and troll her.
Yeah. So that was super nice. I've not seen any Beths yet. I did see one last year. We've seen a lot. You see a lot of Ricks and a lot of Mr. Poopy Buttholes.
And Meeseeks.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
Meeseeks and Ricks are the top.
Ricks, yeah. They're probably like the most fun to dress up as too.
Yeah.
Because Rick has that like blue hair and a lab coat. Like that's just, and it's simple. Yeah. It's like an easy cosplay.
Yeah.
Last
year I had an 8-week-old here, and I was like trying to get on the train just to make the train, and I was like getting in the car to go to the train, and I was like, Rick and Morty onesie! And I like sprinted back inside, got one of my Rick and Morty t-shirts, a tiny onesie, some scissors, some needle and thread, which obviously I don't know how to use. And so then I got on the train and I'm like trying to darn a tiny Rick and Morty onesie. So my 8-week-old was in like the tiniest Rick and Morty onesie you've ever seen. She was like this big and the onesie was like this big.
Yeah. 8 weeks old. I know.
Yeah.
She's kind of my hero. I mean,
it was a pretty baller move.
Yeah, it was a baller move.
Everyone's like, you can't take an 8-week-old to Comic-Con. I'm like, yeah.
You can. You can if you're doing Rick and Morty.
I should have dressed her as like a tiny
as a tiny Meeseeks.
Tiny
a total onesie.
Totally. You'll put the hat on and you will like it. Just big, It's like, what is happening?
She would, yeah. What's up? Yeah.
Sorry,
my
if our
God.
characters came, who would they cosplay as?
Oh my God.
That's a
definitely
great
like
question.
Daenerys Strong. Yeah, Danny. What do they call her? They call her Danny. They call her Danny, right? Yeah, definitely. That's what I mean, Or Strongborn, right? Strongborn? Yeah. I mean, I've watched all of the seasons. I caught up. I didn't watch it from the beginning, so I spent like about 3 months watching all of the seasons of Game of Thrones before I came here last year, and then also crocheted an entire queen-size blanket at the same time. So I feel like I accomplished something and then also watched an entire.
You were watching you crochet
season.
the queen.
I did, yeah, I did.
That's amazing.
It was. Maybe I'll give it to you.
I think you should. I tried to crochet a scarf. I was going to a job. I was like 21. My grandma taught me how to crochet, and she started off the scarf.
Yeah.
And then, she made like this much of a little scarf, and I was gonna make the rest of it. And I came back with less scarf than I left her because I kept trying, and it's not that hard. Like, why?
It's just you need perseverance, man.
It's okay, I like that too.
It's fine.
I love that.
But yeah.
I mean, I think Beth would come as, I want to say bird person, but I don't know if that's allowed because that's bird person. It's a show within a show, but it's still a different. It's off planet. So
yeah.
I mean, I think I'm saying that because that's who I would like to come as.
That's totally what Summer would come as.
You know, just like
feathers
everywhere. I think that costume would
be awesome.
When you guys are recording, do you guys get to pitch jokes? Do you guys ad-lib at all? Or you guys
sometimes. I mean, a lot of the time I stick to it, but if it's something that I wouldn't normally say in my own personal vernacular, then I kind of change it a little bit, but most of the time we pretty much stick to it. And there's opportunities, and there's opportunities though where you'll get to sing a song or do something where you can add a little bit. But yeah. Well, Justin's always there too, right?
Totally. He's always there, and Dan's often there, and they're throwing ideas at you, and they always are either you can get it as is on the page, try something different, but the scripts are so tight that it often is we do it exactly as written, and then we can Spencer was saying, there's times where you're singing a song or you're doing your character is in a different dimension or is giant Summer or giant Beth or Cronenberg Summer or Cronenberg Beth or drunk Beth or times where you get to just, what was the other one? There was one
over-sexual Beth.
There's one where in the episode where Jerry and Beth go off planet for couples counseling. And
I loved that episode.
You see Beth as Jerry sees her and see Jerry as Beth sees her. So we got to try. There's
your
opportunities too for codependent relationship.
So hilarious. One of my favorite episodes.
That's one of my favorites. I love doing that. It's so fun.
So good. They're codependent.
She sees Jerry as a little tiny worm.
This tiny little worm. Yeah, it was very funny. Oh, sure. Oh,
Can you just touch on your process, when you were on Scrubs, when you would get a script, and how does it compare to now when you're just a voice?
It's so different. I mean, when you take out that element of worrying about what anything else in your body is doing and the blocking or anything, and it's just your voice, it's so liberating in a way because, if you want to try something different on Scrubs, you ask for another take, you're asking 100 people to do that take with you because there's a whole crew who will be doing that for the next 5 minutes with you, whereas when you're doing a voice, you can try it 10 different ways in a minute and just there's something very freeing I found about that.
Yeah. And you don't have to worry about what your face does.
Yeah.
Your body, when you're working on camera, there's a lot more, just more control over your body and your movements and your weird idiosyncrasies. Yeah. But when you get to work without the camera and you just get to use your voice, you can, I'm doing right now, you can move around apart from making too much body noise, so you kind of have to keep your feet planted.
Yes, I learned quickly not to wear the hoodie with the
don't do any zippy things because that ruins your take, but if you could just do it, it's the best.
It is. I'm sure if you had a video camera videoing some of the voice stuff, it would be really embarrassing.
You'd see us making the craziest faces. Yeah.
Well, because if you're trying to be out of breath because you're sprinting, if you're screaming or whatever, you're trying to visualize the aliens that are coming at you. I'm sure it sometimes looks.
You jump up and down, and you do running in place and all that stuff. Yeah, so fun. I know it would be really fun if we could all I'll try to let us record an episode together once.
We have to do that one.
We do that one time. We record all separately, and it would be so fun if we could just be all in the same room at the same time.
Episode.
Yeah.
Okay, well, season 4.
We're gonna push for that, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Just to see, it might be terrible, but like we'd try.
We try.
Thank you. Oh wait, another one. All right, hi. That's okay. This is the job now, guys.
Thank you guys so much for coming all this way, and I was like,
Oh, I'm just one mean person.
keep going in the world here, guys.
God.
I also teach high school.
Oh, I know. I meet people all the time. It's
What grade do you teach?
juniors. That's amazing.
So I'm Canadian, so that's grade 9.
You're like, I teach AP, so they're
Oh, grade 11.
Grade 11. Right, she's
Yeah,
Canadian.
We don't have those things.
It's okay, I was like, she's Canadian. I'll explain why she
grade
was like,
11.
no, that's
like our demo. Grade 11.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. People tell me I look like Summer now.
You actually do.
It's fine.
Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks a lot.
Only a show this smart could be this stupid. Rick and Morty. All new episodes begin Sunday, July 30th at 11:30.
Hi, I'm Spencer Grammer.
I'm Sarah Chuck.
And that's our entertainment.
What's yours?